Yeah. Yeah, I know what it is, nigga. You don't know, you should know by now. Like I said, nigga, I don't ain't here to make no motherfucking friends. Gonna be buddy rappers with niggas. Man, this bitch for that money, nigga. That motherfucking money. That's the only thing that move. I don't give a fuck about nothing but that bad, nigga. And racks, nigga. And stacks, nigga. Any means necessary, nigga. By any means, nigga. That man about to drop me half a thing all right now, nigga. Yeah, I can't wait, nigga. Let's get it. He just wanna stack in the lean, nigga. Dead in the dish, okay. I let you know. Them kids got a lot of them cutters, got legs in the end. Oh no, don't play with them folks. He whipping that pots and that nigga in love with them trays. Woo, like he fuck with the lopes. Every dollar that I'm touching, leave blood on my hands. Yupping his blood on the dope. Yeah, we ballin' these stacks that I jumped out the gym. Hey, rubber band stopped in the bands. I got stacks in my hands, it's in K on the strips. Hey, bitch got a face in my lap. Hey, I'm blowing it straight out the zip. Hey, they ain't no shaking these packs. Hey, and never a day able to say. Yeah. Dropping the brick in the shit, hey, they got that lick on my wrist, hey, we take the scale out the fish, yeah, bitch you can tell that we rich, yeah, I got these niggas on skates, look at these niggas they hate, yeah, they mad they bitches are rolling, yeah, and they bitches come with no brakes, yeah, and we gonna come at you straight with a drum and they can't make you run like you Drake, yeah, diamonds are cold as the freezer but big as the ice as I come on the tray, yeah, hang from the neck got it dripping, yeah, follow the truck to the kitchen, yeah, they pull up rocks at the pot and they chopping the blocks but they dope but they sifting, yeah, they got a blended they shifting, I'm fucking my bitch and her sister, yeah. Well, half of my knowledge and splinter. Yeah, they eating this dick up for dinner. Yeah, throwing them stacks on them strippers. Yeah, can only do that if you winning. Yeah, and if it's stats that you getting, then you gotta lift the bitch stacks to the ceiling. Let's get it. He just wanna stack in the lean, nigga, dead in the dish. Okay, I let you know. Them kids got a lot of them cutters, got legs in their end. Oh no, don't play with them folks. He whipping that pots and that nigga in love with them trays. Woo, like he fuck with the lopes. Every dollar that I'm touching, leave blood on my hands. Yupping his blood on the dope. Yeah, we ballin' these stacks that I jumped out the gym. Hey, rubber band stopped in the bands. I got stacks in my hands, it's in K on the strips. Hey, bitch got a face in my lap. Hey, I'm blowing it straight out the zip. Hey, they ain't no shaking these packs. Hey, and never a day able to sit. Hey, yeah, step out the whip and they look at my way. I just look at him. Put some bands on his booth for my nigga that just threw the book at him. I'm trying to get me a quart on a plate. The devils just look at it. Hey, bro, niggas, but get out her face. The bitch trying to look at me. Trapping the best on the jeweler. The chopper too don't leave the ruler. I'm checking the time on the mule. And they should be landing in Cuba. 10 racks on the pack cause we move with the put the 10 racks on your head and you shoot it. Then chopper like cycles is lighter than Michael and move with Jackson with the Ruger. They come with that mask on like Jason and snatching your bricks and they break down ace out the keys. They taking it all, won't leave you with nothing, not even an eighth for you to keep. Who said we walking, just look at the fleet. Ain't doing no talking, reach under the sea. Nigga, you stink like a bum in the heat. We collect chests, 100 a week. Yep. He just wanna stack in the lean, nigga, dead in the dish. Okay, I let you know. Them kids got a lot of them cutters, got legs in their end. Oh no, don't play with them folks. He whipping that pots and that nigga in love with them trays. Woo, like he fuck with the lopes. Every dollar that I'm touching, leave blood on my hands. Yupping his blood on the dope. Yeah, we ballin' these stacks that I jumped out the gym. Hey, rubber band stopped in the bands. I got stacks in my hands, it's in K on the strips. Hey, bitch got a face in my lap. Hey, I'm blowing it straight out the zip. Hey, they ain't no shaking these packs. Hey, and never a day able to sit. Hey.
Yeah, you know what the fuck it is, niggas. G Liddy. Say these bitch stay the fuck out my way. Stay the fuck out my way.
YouTube, we are back in the building, man. In this impromptu stream, the actual official live stream will be, hold on, tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's the official one. Come one, come all. Hey, even the cloud watchers, even the ones who, you know, collect the information from my channel, run back, repackage it, go sell to your audience. Even you fellas, you can come too. Tomorrow will be the official stream. I pushed it back to Friday. Had this one a day just to tap in with you. I didn't, I know I've only been going stream once a week. I usually used to do it 3, 4, 5 times a week, but as you can see, as we start to make moves in real life, attentions are needed elsewhere. But I ain't forget about especially the members. I ain't forget about you, but I gotta understand that, like, my life doesn't consist of YouTube. That's what I'm saying. There's some people who this is their job, this is their occupation. They have to be here. They got to, and that's their job. That's their life. Go ahead. But me, I'm actually out in the field in real life, so it's kind of hard for me to. But guess what? Starting, you know, probably about the second week of April, get back into the normal, the normal way to flow. So, this, take this message, take the information, verify the information for yourself, and then apply it and then benefit off your knowledge. Because I don't ever want anyone to take what I say at face value. The same rules that I say, hey, don't listen to them gurus that at face value. I don't want you to take my word off face value. I want you to verify the information for yourself, and then you can make an informed decision. So shout out to the whole Supreme Elite team, new culture empire. We will be having a live meetup this summer. Yes, it is finally going down. I had to push these dates back because, to be honest with you, I just wasn't feeling it. But this year we will be meeting live. I have yet to choose the location. I'm thinking about going to WrestleMania, April 19th and 20th this year. I'm thinking about going to WrestleMania. Uh, I'm a big WWE fan, so I may be there. If I am there, of course, I'm a live stream while I'm there. I'm still thinking about it. I I reserved the tickets, haven't paid for it yet because I'm still, I got kids, so I got to still get the logistics together. And then, I don't want to go by myself. Somebody, somebody there. Uh, Definitely not taking the whole family. It's just not gonna work. Hell no. My 3-year-old is bad as hell. So I hate going places with her. So, but I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to, I just don't want to go by myself, man. So I don't know. Any of you avid WWE fans, man, hit me up, man. We may be able to, fly out to Vegas together, man. We're gonna be there for 3 days, man. 3 days. 19th, 20th. I'm gonna spend the extra day there on the 21st. Come back on the 22nd. Well, yeah, 3 days, 3 nights, 4 days. So, yeah, 19, 20, 21, leave on the 22nd. Yeah, three. Yep, 3 nights, 4 days. Yep. So, with that aside, I want, of course, part of this channel is always to bring you awareness. I will be creating the other channel, so I want y'all to follow me over there on the other channel. We talk about a whole different wide range of things, current events, sports, politics, finance, investments, love, and like everything under the sun. So y'all follow me on the other channel. I will post a link to it. All you gotta do is just subscribe. Just go ahead and subscribe. See if we can get over to the same 1,000 followers over there. Because unlike some people, my followers are actually real. I mean, my subscribers. I never paid for any subscriptions. Everyone who subscribed on their own. I never used bots. So, it is what it is. Members, ready for the remedy of hire. If you did not know that I did drop the right to set off first video for that subscription. I won't be surprised if some of these so-called gurus become a membership just to get the video, break it down, try to resell it. I get it. Listen, I'm not really into that one because see, the thing about me is I actually utilize what I preach. Like I actually do it. See, the narrow-minded schemesters, they're only looking at it from the purpose of how can I get some money out to people with this or what's going to sell. I mean, it's okay. I get that. But if you're really confident in what you teach, you're still going to get what you're supposed to get based on your own understanding and what you teach anyway. So the extra need to keep trying to get people to buy this class, get people, it's like the oversell is not needed unless you don't really practice what you preach. Like I never understood the oversell of classes. I never understood like the indirect shaming. Put the ones up, the one. Yeah, I got a bumper to this. The ones. What's up, the one? Thomas Harris, what's going on? Darren, what's up, y'all? What's up, everybody watching Cloud Watchers? Hit that like, share, subscribe through the door. So I never, hey, the one, to be honest with you, that's why I'm going, man. I'm the tribal chief, man. I acknowledge the tribal chief, man. I've been rocking with the tribal chief since the Shield days, man. I fuck with the tribal chief, man. It's my guy right there. Roman Reigns is my guy. The ones in the sky, the tribal chief. So I definitely acknowledge my tribal chief. It is what it is, you know. But yeah, y'all, I never understood the oversell, like the hard sell of any class, any document. Like I don't know. Maybe it's not meant for me to understand, but I just don't understand the overselling, the hard selling of documents. And every 5 seconds, you got to remind people that the world is going to end unless you get in this class, especially if there's no real track record of anyone bare minimum. Because here, let me just be honest with y'all. It takes time to get your remedy. Your remedy comes from understanding. Regardless of who's drafting the paperwork for you, everything still takes time. And understanding of the underlying system in which you are partaking in, that's going to give you a more realistic expectations. I don't know why we're still in 2025 and there's still some expectations that you pay on a Monday, you get your documents a week or two later, you send it off, and by the third week, you should be receiving a check or some type of letter stating you don't have to pay anymore. That is unrealistic solely from the point on the bank's quarterly reporting on their financial conditions. Because any set-offs of your obligation, it's not going to be a decision and determination based solely on the contract. There are a lot of factors that go into the banks actually setting off your debt, or financial institution or finance company, whoever. There's a lot of factors that come into play. If they do, agree, if they acquiesce, they got to find a replacement loan to replace yours. There are set times and schedules for when these acts take place. And set offs, if it happens, is going to occur every 90 days. They can't do it a day sooner or a day later. Remember, these financial institutions operate from a fiscal year. It's not like, so here's the thing. Most people think they get your document, they read your document. Okay, let's say they agree with your position, and then they just send you a letter saying you don't owe anymore. No. Even if, let's say they receive that document on the first day of the new quarter, right? Even if, let's just say that, right? Regardless of them acquiescing to you, they still have to wait to the end of the quarter, which is 89 days away. And in that time period, the computer is still going to generate a financial statement or a notice, a balance due notice within that time. It's irrational to think that that as soon as they get the letter, they're going to stop sending the balance due notices when they are automatically generated. And this comes when you don't understand the underlying financial system in which you're operating in. That's all it boils down to. So anyone telling you 30-day, 45-day, in most cases, I know there's some extreme circumstances, but in most cases, the 30-day, 45-day time frame when you're dealing with a financial institution is not accurate because they don't even set off debts in that time. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. Another thing which we're going to talk about tomorrow is from what I have been seeing once again on social media, the over withholding, these high ass amounts of withholdings. Do you guys know that the IRS has a team of agents who sniff around social media platforms like TikTok, number one, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and anything that resembles taxes, anything that resembles someone teaching inaccurate taxes? Do you know what they do? They will actually write down, study all the stuff that they're saying do, and then they'll put their presentment together based on the steps that they got from watching social media. So when they come in the door, they're already identifying. So if you check my last post, that is why it's there. It's real. They are hip to pretty much all of these social media tactics that they're still out here selling. For some reason, they're still doing it. And if you actually believed in what you do, if you actually utilize what you do, and you can actually show, show some type of progression in it, then you would know that if you're teaching your flock not to teach the things that you're teaching in mass because it has no chance of succeeding, which renders it dead on arrival. But remember, it's not about giving out the knowledge and understanding. It's about $1. Now, it being about $1, I really don't have no issue against it. You got to get it the best way you can. But when you start presenting this stuff as absolutes, and when the whole time it's really coming from a point of theory, and that's when some people feel like they got taken. And ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to go over that you do play a part in these scams perpetuating. The the customers play a part as well. Not going to get too much into that right now because you've already heard me talk about it. And I'm at this point is if you are still getting scammed in 2025, I'm going to look at it as you want to be scammed. I'm going to perceive it as you probably believe something that was probably too good to be true, and you suffered the consequences. The only thing is, when you finally find someone who you believe knows what they're talking about, one thing that you have to do is not expect them to give you a discount from an interaction in which they played no part in. If someone charged you $3,000 and you end up getting scammed, but you find someone else who you feel confident in, and they charge you $5,500, you should be prepared to pay what that quote is, and don't bank on the fact that you got scammed by the last person as a way of garnering some form of sympathy. Remember, y'all, this has nothing to do with personal feelings. This is simply business. That's the best way I can get. So y'all keep your heads up, man. Keep your heads on a swivel, man. Keep your heads on a swivel. I encourage you all to keep your heads on a swivel, keep studying, keep building on your foundation so one day you can do all this stuff yourself. The issue that I see is Too many people just doesn't have the will to do this, y'all. It takes will to stand up against these people. It takes will to continue to keep pushing. It takes will to truck through. It takes will to stay on it, no matter how long it takes. It takes will. And, you know, this is why you run across people who's tried 5,000 different things because they're impatient. It's like they want it now. So if it don't come within 30, 45, 60 days, 90 days, they automatically think there was something wrong with that process. But in most cases, I understand. But all this stuff takes time. There's just no other way around it. And if one trait, patience that I'm talking about, that one trait, if you don't have it, have not acquired it, I guarantee you, dealing with the IRS, you are going to obtain it because there is nothing fast about them when they owe you or you're putting a claim in. It's only fast when you owe them. Oh, they'll send them demands for payments out the door, left and right when you owe them. When they owe you, oh man, it's a totally different story. Just like they are never on breathing down your back to file a tax return if they know it's going to result in them owing you. But let them get some information reported in which they believe you may owe taxes, or they're going to breathe down your back to file that return. Oh, they're very slow at paying you, but so quick to collect. So, y'all just keep that in mind, man. Nothing changed with that. Keep that in mind. Don't fall, don't leave, don't drop out the race too soon. Especially if you believe in it and you understand it and you got a foundation. Because I'm telling you, all these new tricks of the trades that's popping up daily, it may sound good in the beginning. Hell, it may look good in the beginning. Hell, you may see some results from it in the beginning. But I'm telling you, in the long run, you are going to have to know how to stand on your square and defend your position in the midst of any smoke screen pushback that's going to be thrown your way. Because one thing I can actually guarantee you is that some point you are going to be tested. Nobody is above that. Nobody escapes it. Regardless if that template worked for you for 2 years in a row, 2 tax years in a row, it worked. You got your refund, you're on your merry way. At some point, you are going to be tested. Now it switches from you forcing their hand instead of them just processing accordingly. See, it's a difference between you filling out documents based on a template and you forcing their hand. Like you're compelling performance. So it's a totally different mindset. And that's the difference between those who only want to know what to put in what box, what to put in this section, what to say here, what to say there, how to sign this, versus those who want to get to the regulations, who want to get down and dirty in United States codes, who wants to get down and dirty with the accounting, who wants to read their balance sheets, their financial reports. See, that's a totally different understanding because those who want to do the former, see, getting down and dirty with the extra readings and understanding, it allows you to see the whole board more clearly. And when you can see the whole board clearly, it allows you to present a way more formidable defense because One thing, and I'm gonna say this: we always talk about like the main force, like in any transaction, any finance transaction. We talk about the main four players because, to be honest with you, those are, if I had to just break it down and simplify it for you, those are the four main players you should be concerned about. But in reality, there's about eight, nine, different players involved in a single transaction. About eight or nine different players. Trust me, a lot of these gurus are not going to tell you. They're not going to know it. I'm telling you, they're not going to know it. But I'm here to tell you absolute facts. There's about eight or between, let me just say this, between 8 and 10 different players in a single transaction, in a single pool. Yep. Yep. And tomorrow's class, tomorrow's live, I'm actually going to show you, I'm actually going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. One of these securitization charts. I'm actually going to show you how many players are involved. You're gonna see for yourself, so you won't come and say I'm making it up. I have another big announcement that will be made tomorrow. I believe a lot of people that's going to want to take this opportunity. It is an opportunity. Um, I have a big announcement coming tomorrow about the upcoming class. I tried to have it 2.5 weeks ago. I tried to do it, but before the tax season really like kicked off, we're like smack dab in the midst of it. But it's still not too late. It's still not too late, depending on uh how what you're going to do. That depends, and I will have more detailed information about that. And before we get to there, um, I I did the study and research. Uh, I did the study and research. I have not did this particular filing myself yet. Just being honest, totally transparent. I didn't do it yet for the simple fact that although I was still studying and researching and helping others, and I had this going on in real life, I really just haven't had the time to even put my tax return together for this specific thing that we be talking about in the upcoming class. I haven't had the time to do it yet, but I will be having a co-partner in this class because although I didn't do it myself individually, haven't even filed it yet, I was doing the research on it and I ran across it and I started putting one and two together, started putting the boxes together. And I was like, well, hold on. If they're doing this, and this is along the line of the same investments, then that means if I did this and they did that, I would be entitled to that too. It was just a hunch, like, oh shit, hold on. Lo and behold, people reached out to me to join my Telegram group, paid the fee, and come to find out that they did what I was talking about already. See, I didn't know stuff like this was, I didn't know. I didn't follow the group. I didn't follow no template. I just did it based on understanding accounting and reading their reported conditions and then just lining it up with the regulations. But I didn't know, like, people really out here in a roundabout way doing it. I didn't know this. I had no idea. So a person, that reached out with me is more knowledgeable, but the thing that they were missing was the accounting side of it. See, they had to do a little trial and error before the IRS was able to get them their proceeds for that particular thing. See, like I said, I was just studying it. I didn't even have time to do it yet. And still now, I haven't even started it this week. Probably next week or the week after I may have time. Probably. I don't know. See, I'm not in a rush for money, 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 money. See, most people they jump on everything because they need money, 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 money. Now I get it. We all need money to survive. We all like money. I get that part, but like I said, like some things, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I look at it. If I guess if I was like, I'm down to my last $200 here. Let me go ahead and file these now. Yeah, I believe so. That would be more of a more of a motivation to get it done. But like, thank God, I'm in a position where I don't really have to rush anything. I can literally sweat it out. I can literally take my time and study. And when I'm finally ready, I have all the pieces I need for a more effective and smooth processing instead of having to get a letter, then resubmit this and do that. I want to have everything straight the very first time. So when the person then reached out to me, I was just talking about it in class, like, y'all, this may be a possibility based on this. This may be a possibility. And then it, let me know, like, yo, what you was talking about? I did it. I was able to get my refund from it. I said, you serious? He said, yeah. But I just didn't know the accounting. And you filled in the missing blanks from the other person I was learning from. They really couldn't fill in those blanks for me, but I see why, because they didn't have the accounting down packed like you. So that was even more beneficial because I someone that's in my group, and I already suspected this, but they've already been successful. So that y'all understand. So now I really can pinpoint. I pinpointed and I realized, like, oh, so the only thing that they were missing was just the actual accounting and their live financial institutions, their liabilities. But to already have someone that already did it, it kind of it puts it in more better perspective for me, because now I know, like, this is not just a hunch. This is actually a reality. But I kind of felt it would be based on my research that I did. So that was an extra plus. And even then, I still didn't just jump out and file mine. Yeah, I said, let me just sit back, wait. I got other things to do. I'll get around to it. I will get around to it. So that is upcoming. You will be I will be dropping a video, a video. I'll be dropping a video about that upcoming uh tomorrow. You actually will get the video tomorrow. I just got to do a little editing on it, but you will get the video tomorrow. And I think that's going to be beneficial. Um, I'm not really expecting too many people to be in. Probably, a few, and I'm okay with that. I don't like the big 50, 60 people in the group. I really don't like that. Um, yeah, that's just, it is what it is. And so I'm being careful with my words right now, because I really want to get into it tomorrow in the live stream. So, but I do want to say this, and I'm actually going to be speaking about my own personal situation on what happened. And I think that, and I'm using my situation as an example, but I think it uncovers a whole a broader thing, and that's why I'm trying to figure out the best way to communicate it without flagging my channel in the process, because this is big. This is big. This is pause, but this ain't no little. This hell no. This ain't no little issue. And the response I got from the IRS, the letter I got, did I get it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Based on, I got to give you the backdrop of it so it can all tie together. And the response I got, it all, the implications, I'm not just talking about me. This is, like, I got to be careful with my words here. But this is this expands beyond me. This expands beyond me. And I realized that this is I gotta be careful with my words. And I'm not saying it because trust me, this ain't a joke. I'm not taking it lightly. I'm not trying to do it for content, but some things you have to watch what you say because I don't want to get part in that NS be a part of a NS issue. Y'all fill in the blanks with the NS. Give you a keyword national. I don't want to be an NS issue. Absolutely not. So I'm actually I may oh God I may I'm going to go back tonight and go over the curriculum for the live and I may have to water it down just a little bit for the simple fact because it's not just about me. That's the other thing. It's not about me. This is worldwide implications. And from what I've seen and what I've noticed, no matter what your situation is, it stops everything in its tracks. Even if they've been ignoring your amended return, ignoring your 843s, ignoring it, this stops it in its tracks. And I'm gonna go over my exact situation tomorrow so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's gonna be a big one. I may have to take it offline. I don't know, I may have to make it into a class. I don't know. I'm still trying to process it because the letter they gave me, I swear to God, it was this one particular issue. And it started from a filing someone did in my name. I don't want to say too much to spoil it for tomorrow. It started, I was still in the feds at the time. I didn't come home yet. Someone put a filing in my name. Someone did a filing in my name. When I finally filed mine for that years and I came home, I did a paper filing, but there was already an electronic filing in the system. Oh yeah. And once oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that 1 year was crazy. But the letter I got based on what I sent them back in November, based on that 1 year, because they were still trying to ascertain if it was actually me or not who did the first filing. And I'm trying to tell you, I had my federal probation officer write a letter for me, like it's impossible for him to do it. He was here. You know what I'm saying? It is like yeah, I did not make the first filing. I swear to God. I swear to God, but they was just so salivating at the mouth to try to get some tax assessments, some tax liabilities on something that I didn't even originally assess. Yeah, that was crazy. They tried to book me for someone who filed it in my name. I said, oh, hell nah. If I'm going to die on my shield, I'm going to die based on what I did, not nobody else's. And oh my gosh, y'all, I went through, oh God, I tried and tried and tried. I tried to be nice with it, but when I sent them that, when I sent them that, it changed the game. I ain't lying to you. What they ignored for one particular year, what they ignored for 3 years. But here's the thing about it. They never stopped anything when I got an EIN because based on that one particular year, I had to move through other people a little bit. I had to move to other people because that 1 year will affect other years. So I started moving, creating all types of EINs. I still move, I still maneuver, but I had to move through like quote unquote guinea pigs. And I mean, I don't want to call them guinea pigs, but you get the point. Had to create a lot of EIN and all originating from a return that I did not file. They had two returns in the system. One paper filing was mine. One electric filing was not mine. I said I did not file it. But you know what's so interesting about that? The one that was filed electronically, had a high six-figure tax liability. See, what I found, I don't voluntarily assess taxes against myself. Not anymore. Y'all know that once upon a time, y'all. When I was early 20s, late teens, had my job, went through H&R blah and all that. They not knowing. I'm not knowing any of this at the time. I swear to God, I'm doing what everybody else did. Oh yes, y'all. I was knee deep in the matrix too. Especially when I was in the streets. I damn sure ain't give a shit. Once I hit the streets, I wasn't what? Filing taxes? Shit. Oh, that shit was out the mud under the table, straight cash. I ain't want no check. I just wanted the dollar. So I don't blame people for voluntarily assessing taxes against themselves in instance where they're not legally, where the transaction or the income is not legally taxable. I mean, who would know that? So I'm just gonna say the trick. I'm gonna say the trick of what they did was they went and remember they got my paper file on record. And then they went and filed another return for me in that year. For that same year, they filed a return for me and they took the tax liabilities from that scam filing early in that year and added it to the return I filed. Oh, how vicious they are. Corleone, what's going on? Tony. Yeah, Ambrose. Yeah, I hope he do. I think he's coming back at WrestleMania too. Something is gonna go down. I hope so too, brother. Put the ones up. Yeah, I got this bumping in the truck. Yeah, I know what it is, man. Hey, y'all be on the lookout, man. New mixtape June 5th. New mixtape dropping June 5th. I need two months to put it together, man. I already booked the studio time. 2 months to put it together. Drop it on my birthday, man. Uh the title is Only If You Knew. That's the title. Only If You Knew. Title of my coming out June 5th. Only If You Knew. That shit hot. That shit sound like it's about to be hard, ain't it? Only If You Knew, huh? Yo, I'm really glad there ain't a lot of people watching right now. Cause I swear to God, yeah, I don't be liking to really get. I like, I could at least get a little bit of and I swear to God, yo. I swear to God, this shit is not for everybody, y'all. I swear to God, it's not for everybody. I swear it's not. A lot of people in this space is thinking it's for them because they see some benefits from it, but they don't even realize it's still not for them because there's some intangibles that you need to have or possess that's going to allow you to maneuver and push through the smoke screens. You see what I'm saying? There's some intangibles that you need to have. And a lot of people just don't have those intangibles with them. And it's not because they don't have them intangibles like solely for this type of understanding. Is that they don't have those intangibles in their everyday life, or at least doesn't display them. Like people who think doom and gloom always think something go wrong. The first thing they want to do is think so negative about it. Oh, they are not good candidates for this higher understanding. And let's not make one thing. Let's not construe one thing. Let's not construe one thing. What I know, they don't even teach in school. Let me say that again. What I know, they don't even teach you in school.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking.
They don't even teach in school. I already learned more than the stuff they teach from the past 4 years at Florida University. I was a senior, by the way. and his degree is in financing. And it's about to intern at one of the world's most renowned law LLPs, limited liability practice, aka lawyer, aka law firm, who specializes in tax services as well, and balance sheets and accounting. I'm waiting to hear back from my young one of my young boys who's in college right now from that document, that right to set off document I put together with put together for the class. Uh, I I requested that he give it to his professor. Said he was going to do it. I'm waiting to hear back on that. What his professor had to say about it, and his classmates, at least the ones he cool with, to pass that right to set off document around for the people that's in his classmate, the seniors who are majoring in accounting. Yeah, I'm actually about to start teaching members in his class this stuff while they're still in school and interning for these legal law firms. So all the insight and intel they're gonna have on that side, they're gonna have the best of both worlds on this side. I'm gonna grab the intel and insight from that side, from them actually interning and being in these places. Oh hell, yeah. Man, everything is up. Man, everything is up with the new culture empire, man. Everything is up, man. Everything is up.
Rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
And y'all know what's so crazy? Sidebar. I brought like the mixing board. I brought the mic. I brought all that shit, to enhance my chat. Man, I didn't even put that shit together yet. Like, y'all, I swear to God, I hate sitting still for like 3 hours. I don't know how they could do it, yeah. They be sitting still for like 7 hours in front of, I can't do it. I gotta be moving around. I'm sorry, man. I got ADHD, man. Or what, ADD, whatever it is. Hyperactive, man. I cannot sit down in front of a camera for 5 hours, man. Hell fucking no. I mean, if it's a good stream and it's just leading that way, but yeah, not every fucking day. That's why I can never be a full-time content creator. Oh, hell no. Hell the fuck no. Let me ask you something. Let me ask y'all a question. Unless you're bringing in like $100,000 a month, 150,000 a month, 200,000 a month off your channel, how do you structure your payment around your bills? I mean, because all bills are due once a month. So until you get to that level, you just have another job and then you combine that with your YouTube. But when you get to the point where, but here's the thing though. Oh, I get it, because once you already start making that type of money, you could save, invest, so you'll always have what you need to pay your bills. I get it. But I was just looking at the logistic of, you get paid once a month on YouTube, but you got all these different bills due on different dates. And YouTube pays between the 21st and the 26th of every month. So I was figuring out like how would that work while you're still building your channel up to, where you're getting 100,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like that's good. That's great. You know how much work it takes and energy and effort it takes to build your channel up to where you're getting $100,000, YouTube deposit every month. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I just don't have that time and dedication for it. I just don't. I could have hired a content creator team. I could have hired a YouTube team. I could have hired the people, all the cameras on. I could have went and brought all the sophisticated 4K cam. I could have did all that shit. I could do all that shit. Had the shit set up, had the mixer board, different camera angles. Yeah, man, shit. I'm sorry. I'm not a content creator like that. It ain't that serious for me. I'd rather be out in the field, getting it out the mud. I'd rather be out in the field, out in the world. I'm sorry. But it all depends on what sector you're in. See, I'm not in that type of youth. I mean, I am, but I normally don't talk about that stuff on here because this is just a totally different ball game over here. But like I said, I'm a, gonna start a new channel. We'll see how it goes, man. If I'm not feeling it after like the first 90 days, I'm just gonna shut the channel down. It ain't no hard feelings. Ain't nothing to it. But I don't know, man, because I don't know, man. I just the whole logistics and setup. I just whatever. As if somebody want to do it for my team, I may be more just investing in that shit and be like, all right, you want to do that? Well, let's get this. Here, what you need? All right, we'll get all. I rather do all that, and I just appear as a guest every now and then, or just hop up on the panel with them. But like building that shit from the ground up, I got too much focus, too much attention, too much things in other directions that I cannot wholeheartedly commit to being a full-time content creator. I just can't do it. Nope. But yeah, so yeah, but they go back to them. That's what I found out that's what they did. So they took the tax liabilities from the return that I did not file. Man, I had a phone interview with these people. Like back 2022, I had a phone interview. And then all the wicked shit, all the good shit they did, all the wicked shit they did, it all came to a head back in November. And I didn't even know. I mean, I just got the letter. Hold on, let me show you. It's right here. I got this letter. Well, hold on. This don't make sense. Oh, March. It says dated March 17th from Memphis. But thank you for the inquiry. Okay, so I'll just read it to y'all for a second, but I don't want to spill it. I don't want to spill it because when I looked at the LTR, the letter, I did my research. And this is part of the class tomorrow. I'm gonna walk it all down for y'all. So it shows that they issue this letter if the taxpayer claims that there were errors made in the original return, like I've been trying to tell them. And they corrected the error, and you have verified the credits. Send this letter. Verified the credits. And this was kind of like one of my most important years right here. It was my most important year. See, they verified the credit, and I'm going to show you tomorrow the exact IRM that's going to match up with this letter. And it's not 2021, it's not 2022, it's not 2023, it ain't none of that. I'm not going to say that, you wait tomorrow. We're going to walk it all down tomorrow. And 3 years later, they now decide to give me all the credits for that year, and it's a big one. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's a big one. Pause. This ain't no little this ain't no little this ain't no little boy one right here. This ain't no little, it's some commas behind this one. It's some commas behind this one. And we're going to go over the IRM, and you're going to see for yourself why they sent me this letter. Because when I sent the letter in and I sent the bombs, I sent my ace of spade in the hole that I had on them. Because I was like, man, this will only be used if I had to take them actually to court for this particular year. That's what I had to say. If I have to take her to court, this is gonna be part of my discovery, part of my pretrial motion. But then I said, you know what, man, fuck that. I'll still present it at court. I at with a along with my own explaining my position and trying to tell them, listen, this I want y'all to understand. The original return that was filed in my name was what created the tax liability. It wasn't none of my own doing. This shit wasn't my own doing. That's the shit that had me so mad. It's like y'all trying to penalize me for some shit that I didn't do. I didn't do this shit. This ain't have nothing to do with me. This shit ain't have nothing to do. I don't even know. I don't even know who did it. And I still don't know today. I asked for them for the information. I asked for, man, I wrote the Social Security Administration. I wrote that, man, no. So the IRS is really basically saying, well, we're going to treat it as you filed it. I said, no, the hell you won't. So anyways, and the same form is the same form that I tried to send to them for 3 years straight, and they just ignored. I said, okay. No, I'm not going to say ignore. That's I'm not going to lie on them. It will show for this one particular year. It will show that it's been amended return has been filed and processed. But I mean, man, like nothing will ever come of it. Nothing. I wouldn't get a letter regarding it. Just nothing. Nothing at all. No letter even explaining that we denied you these claims or there's no change in your situation. I mean, they just, the IRS approval rating has been so low. The IRS approval rating has been low since 1930s. Like they are the worst. To my customer service, the IRS, they are the worst with customer service. And then I would call. Nobody knows what's going on. That's the part that gets me. Nobody knows what's going on. Like they never got answers to the important questions that I had. Like nobody knows what's going on, by the way. So I said, okay, you know what? Now it's time for the blood, guts, and gore. And what I did is attached to my letter to them, I just sent them my ace in the hole in November. And after 3 years of denying, well, I guess just no action on my amended return. Oh yeah, because it is balance due, refund, or no tax change. There you go. Those are three. And it's not 2021. Not talking about that yet. Not talking about 2023. Talking about 20. I'm not talking about it. This is not pertaining to that. So, but you do know that there is a way. If people will read that, you can still get a tax return even if you owe for a prior year. You can still get a full tax return, but that's in the regulations. See, you gotta read the regulations. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's a problem. People don't read the regulations. But that's an absolute fact. Regardless if you may be due a refund for this year, but you may owe for last year. See, you can still get a refund for the full amount. And that's where a lot of people be like, no, you can't. No, you can't. Want to know why? Because they don't know that I'm talking from the actual fucking federal regulations. See, they don't see they will answer that based off feelings and what they think they know. And I'm speaking on exactly black and white, where exactly. And it's from a form that they probably used before, but never understood the form that they were using. Oh, yes, y'all. People will fill out forms, don't even know what the hell they talk. People, listen, y'all don't, come on, man. Y'all got to understand. Y'all, come on, follow me. People will fill out forms and send them in without even reading the instructions and the corresponding regulations to that form, all because someone behind the camera said, do it this way. Like, people would rather believe what the person on camera saying versus the people who are responsible for processing and issuing you your refund says. You see, and then we wonder why the space is a shit show. Then we actually wonder why the space is a shit show. But anyways, so after 3 years of, let's just say, no action on my amended return for this particular year, 3 years I've been sending these amended returns in for 3 years on this particular tax year. I get a letter on the 7th, dated the 17th, but hell no. No. Because I got this the day before yesterday. Yeah, I got this the day before yesterday, but it's dated March 17th. I don't know. Whatever. I got this the day before yesterday. No. I got it yesterday. There we go. Yeah, I got this yesterday. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I got this yesterday. Facts. Okay, that's absolutely. Yeah, I got this yesterday. So now I got to say it again. Don't want to sound like a broken record. The same form that they're about to mention for this particular tax year is the same form that they chose to take no action on for 3 years straight. But close, you might as well say 3 because few months difference. Round it off to 3 years straight. Why all of a sudden you mention this form? Is it because I know your dirty little secret? And that's all what it was. I let them know I knew their dirty little secret. Now, they all know they got all types of violations, but there's certain violations, it's certain shit that if you present to them, they're going to acquiesce fast. It's certain shit that you got to let them know that you know. It's certain shit. I'm telling you, it's certain. Yeah. It says, dear taxpayer, and I actually got on them for saying that. Don't address me as a taxpayer. You address me as the name my mother gave me. Thank you for the inquiry of November 29, 2024. And yes, I remember that. I remember that letter. Woo! Because I attached my ace in the hole to it. Information you sent indicates that you should file Form 1040X and amend the original return. For your convenience, we've enclosed forms, instructions, and envelopes. You can also amend some returns electronically. Visit irs.gov 1040X for more information. Include any supporting schedules showing your corrected figures and any other required documents not filed with the original return. The extra forms are for your records. If you have any question, please call 800-829 blah, blah, blah. If you prefer, you can write to the address at the top of the first page of this letter. When you write, include a copy of this letter and write your telephone number and the hours we can reach you. Keep a copy of this letter for your records. We apologize for any inconvenience we may have caused you. And thank you for your cooperation. Now, the same form that you want me to file now, this is the same form you pretty much took no action on for 3 years. Why all of a sudden you want me to file the form again now? And the crazy thing is, they updated and they sent me a copy of the form to file. And they updated my account before they even got the amended return. Oh my God. Oh yeah, it's lit. It's all the way lit. They updated the account before I even got the return. I even filed the return. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. I swear to God, y'all, I'm not lying. Ladies and gentlemen, I swear to God, I'm not lying. They updated the account They updated the account. They updated the account before I even sent the amended return. Y'all, I swear I'm not lying. I swear I am not lying. They updated the account before I can. What the hell that was? They updated the account before. I swear. I ain't lying to you. Now, if I. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I actually have it. See, do I have it right here? I probably don't. And I'm also going to. Yep, I do have it. And this is why they send a tax return, because it says in the IRM, if a taxpayer, and this is number 4, right next to it says, then do this. And it says, send the form, the letter, because it could be letter 21 this, 21B, but the same letter I got, today, the letter type is the same one that's on the other side of this IRM. Like you go to the right, then do this. Send letter, the same number that I got. And they only send you this letter if the taxpayer states that they made an error, because I tricked them. Remember, the original error was because someone filed it electronically in my name. I was still in the feds at this time. But for 3 years, I took it as they just wasn't going for it. They just didn't. I trust me. I had my PO send a letter. I don't know. I thought that was going to clear everything up. Man, that shit ain't clear nothing up. So I was like, you know what? I backdoored him, and the letter just basically said, all right, there was an error. That's all I did. I just said, you know what? There's an error. There's an error. There is an error. I had to suck up my pride because I know I didn't fucking file this damn form. So I said, you know what? There's an error. Someone filed something in my name. It was, it was an error. Whatever the case, it was an error. Fuck it. Taxpayer that it made an error on their wages and or federal withholding on their return. It has provided the correct information and it is verifiable, but there is no corrected return or a form 1040X amended for a tax return. See, the one that filed paper, that was verified. Because all I did was say there's an error from this original first return, and I corrected it with the paper return, and I'm going to explain these credits right here in this original return. I mean, not the original, the paper return that I filed. And if you don't allow this to go through, and that's why I hit him with the ace in the hole. Blood, guts, gore. It was pretty much a blackmail. That's all it was. I'll be straight up with you. It was nothing more than a blackmail. That's all it was. It was a blackmail through and through. So then it tells you to send that form. But just to give you a recap. Oh, but remember, and there's no amended 1040X on there. Now, listen, y'all told you I'm not a fan of 1040Xs anymore. But around that original time, that's what I found. So I got to stick with it. But here's the thing that I did do. I did file resend the return for that year, but I sent it as a regular 1040, even though I hate 1040s. I had to do it for that year. But I didn't file the 1040X. I just sent like this is what's really supposed to be on the record. Because I read in the IRM that amended returns, like you can put copy, duplicate, you know, or corrected, and it should be processed as an amended return. But they're saying like they need the actual amended return. Want to know why? Because there are already verifiable credits on the tax account for that particular year. That's why they needed the 1040X. I've already substantiated the amount of the return for 20 blank. I substantiated by using the laws, using the regulations, using the accounting, and the ace in the hole. That's how I used to substantiate it. And you can tell that, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you this. Oh, I called them today. Oh, they are waiting for that form. Oh, they're waiting for that form. Oh, they are waiting for it. I told y'all, they'll have it tomorrow. They'll have it tomorrow. I got something else I wanted to add to it. Oh yeah. I got them on. I got them on. They're in a corner right now. They have no choice but to give it to me because I got that ace in the hole is crazy. It's crazy. They got no choice. They got to give it to me. They got to give it. They got to give it all to me because they they don't want to answer that ace in the hole. But you know what's so crazy? The actual letter I sent to them got this. They even updated the account. They even updated the account before I even filed the 1040X. Before I even filed the 10, I did not file the 10. So they just got a letter telling me to file it. And they already updated the account before I even filed it. Remove refund freeze. You know what that means? That opens the portal to a refund for that year. And I didn't even file the 1040X yet because I just read the letter telling me to file it. And we apologize for any inconvenience. Yeah, I bet you did. And I didn't even file the 1040X yet. That was all based on the letter. All based on the letter. That's a fact. I'm not lying to you. Most people, oh, you lying. It says amendment. I did not. I just got the letter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it to you again so you don't think I'm lying. I'm gonna show you exactly what it says. Dear taxpayer, thank you for your inquiry on November 29, 2024. Information you sent indicates you should file Form 1040X and amend the original return. For your convenience, we've enclosed forms, instructions, and an envelope. You can also amend some returns electronically. Visit irs.gov 1040X for more information. Include any supporting schedule showing your corrected figures and any other required documents not filed with the original return. The extra forms are for your record. You could write, if you write, when you write, include a copy of this letter and write the telephone number and the hours we can reach you. Keep a copy of this letter for your records. We apologize for any inconvenience we may have caused you. Thank you for your cooperation. So if they just sending me that yesterday, why is that already there? Because they already know what the fuck's about to happen. They already know what's about to happen. They've already came to that conclusion. They've already came to that conclusion. And in the letter, I let them know the exact amount I should be expecting a full refund for. And it wasn't because you could have did the right thing a long time ago. It took for me sending you a copy of the Ace in the Hole for you to finally do what you're supposed to do. 3 years. It took you, it took me getting to the blood, guts, and gore and pretty much threatening you or what I would do with this if you don't do that for you to finally acquiesce. I told you, they don't respect nothing but blood, guts, and gore. And I'm telling you, this was a 3 year ordeal. They done stole stuff from me. I'm telling you, 3 year ordeal. I did nothing wrong in this the whole time, but I refuse to allow them to penalize me for someone filing a return in my name, in which I'm telling them I didn't file that. Nope. And then I pointed out, which is a part of the Ace in the Hole, that under certain acts of Congress, based on certain internal revenue codes, see, a lot of people only operate off the Internal Revenue Code of 1986. Oh no, I go back and operate off the old ones because the old ones I never superseded or invalidated. That's what they don't want you to know. So they only want you to think that the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 is the only code you should be going by. But they never invalidate. All they do is just update and move things around. They never repeal a code. Think about it. Why couldn't they just repeal the Internal Revenue Code of 1932, Internal Revenue Code of 1926, Internal Revenue Code of 1913, the tax code of 1916, 1917, the Tariff Act of 1913, the IRC of 1932, the IRC of 1954. Why wouldn't they just repeal those internal revenue codes when they got the Internal Revenue Code of 1986, which is the current one? Why wouldn't they just repeal the other ones? See, the reason why they don't appeal it should let you know of what's really going on. Do you want to know why they don't appeal these codes, these problems? Because the Internal Revenue Service was never created by an act of Congress. It was created by a delegation order or treasury order, which changed the name from the Internal Bureau of Internal Revenue to Internal Revenue Service. Title 26 was never a code that was actually enacted into law. Now they may pass certain acts under the Internal Revenue Code, like the Job Cut Tax Act or the Tax Reconstruction Act of 1998, which is a woo, man, or this act or Childhood Credit Tax Act. Yeah, they might be certain acts that they pass and is implemented under the code, but the code itself was never created by Congress. So Congress can never repeal something that they did not enact into existence in the first place, which means every action taken under the Internal Revenue Code is subject to debate, is subject to discrepancy, is subject to negotiations. Good God Almighty.
You're rocking with the best. You're
Facts. And then I went dig deep into my bag of tricks And they found a teeny, eeny, weensy little statue that states that, hey, if the IRS erroneously assessed or collected any tax under any internal revenue law, you are entitled to a full refund of all taxes assessed and collected. Oh God, that's what really took it over
Rocking
the
with
top.
the best. You're rocking with the best.
I don't think they heard
Bring
me.
that one back from the top.
Do what?
Bring that one back
What
from
you want me
the
to do?
top. Bring that one.
Because when it comes to this tax law and codes, we definitely
We're about to take it back.
taking it back on them, and that's the scam. I'm not gonna say the scam. That's the way it goes. They want you to only talk about the IRC of 1986. They only want you to talk about that. They don't want you to talk. They don't want you going way back on them. That's what all your remedies and rights were. They don't want you going back into there. And then you hit them with the ace in the hole, which invalidated every action that they took from the beginning. They ain't got no choice but to give it to you. That's why they sent the letter. This shit in real life, man. And we hustle and grind and make money in real life. We're not sitting around. Listen, if I was sitting around waiting on this one particular year, because this was the biggest. If I think about it, I had to been sitting around for 3 years for this. I wasn't. Listen, every now and then I'll send something in to them. They'll say, "Hey, we working on your account these 60 days or whatever." Don't hear nothing. Keep it pushing. I'm out. Show they getting it. Shit, I'm working through other people. I'm creating EINs in their names and doing shit. I'm doing that. I said, fuck it. Ain't stopping nothing. But when I said, you know what, I'm gonna end this once and for all. And god damn it, that ace in the hole is a mother lover. It's basically saying if I want to push the issue, I can invalidate everything you did from the beginning. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's why. But I was actually going to save it as part of my discovery. I mean, part of my, you know, part of my filing to, y'all know how that should go. Part of my, uh, motion. Keep your heads on the swivel, man. Now I don't even file 1040s anymore. I don't have any requirements to file any. I don't have no orders to file any. Not 2020. You know what? You know what's so crazy? When I sent them a letter under my proxy explaining this whole shit to them, I actually got 1099s for 2024, for Bitcoin, Cash App, and shit. I got all that shit. I got it. I printed it out. 1099. They send it to you, your Cash App, the other stuff, when you make investments by Bitcoin. I got the 1099s. Cash App is block INC. Yeah, I got Cash App. They send me a 1099, which was being reported to the IRS. You know what's so crazy about me? Check my 2024 IRS account, knowing I got 1099s because I printed it off. I printed them off, no cap. I know I got 1099s for Cash App and stuff, which must report the income. I know I have it. I just printed it off. But you know what happened when I sent that letter So then with my posse, pretty much explaining like, yo, this is what it is this year. Look, that's wage and income. And I got 1099s in my files right now, just printing them off. And about 6 of them. And they were telling me, hey, attachments to your tax return. This is income that was reported to the IRS. That got this like 2 months ago, early February. It's now the end of March. Do you see anything there that actually posted? And they sent it to me because they already sent it to the IRS. IRS, why don't you let me know that I got that? Because you know you got that letter and you're not gonna try it. Because you can't try it. The gig is up. I got you. I uncovered it all. The gig is up. That's why it's not there. Man, I had those tax statements for y'all know how the tax documents for Cash App and all these other Bitcoin, all that. Man, that shit's like early February. Like one kid like late January, early February, about 7 to 8 of them 1099s. And I got copies because I printed them out. Why isn't it here? Why isn't it here? Why isn't it here? Because maybe they realize that when it comes to me, and I can only speak singular, like I gotta just make I statement. When it comes to me, no matter what the so-called payer would try to submit to the IRS, that I let the IRS know and they fully understand that I only pay income taxes in certain instances. And none of this right here falls under the scope of federal income taxes. And you knew that I knew, so you didn't even bother posting it to my account. You know, I got 7, 8 pages of 1099s right here that these companies sent me, but you still ain't let it reflect on my account. Want to know why? Because you know that I know that I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that none of this is taxable, as you would like to let everybody think that all income itself, no matter what, is taxable. You know that I made a hell of a good point that only certain income is taxable under your own laws and quoted your own Treasury Department officials confirming what I'm saying. And you knew it'd be pointless to try to like make me play the game when I'm letting you know the gig is up. Yeah, that was from today. They ain't even posted to my they ain't even posted to my they ain't even bother. They didn't even post it. They didn't even post it. And that's why I don't file 1040s no more. There's no requirement for me to file a 1040 ever again. Never again. There's no requirement. Never again. I don't even file them no more. That's on my wage and income statements, all that shit right there, all that shit. Everybody's supposed to look like that, regardless if you have a job or not, unless you work in certain fields. Everybody's income statement should be that. Regardless of your W-2s or not. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that with the form, what you're really supposed to be doing with your W-2s. 1040 is not it. And this is from the horse's mouth. You're never supposed to be filing a 1040 with your W-2. You're never. All your, regardless if you worked all year, you made 65,000 and they withheld 5,000. When you go check your account, your wage and income statement, everybody's supposed to look like that. Regardless of what you work, unless you got specific income. And then you will have to file certain forms in that anyway. There's never any real requirement to file Form 1040. That is a voluntary filing. Want to know why? Because they understand it, fully aware that income taxes only is appropriate in certain cases. This is why when they do these audits on all these income taxes collected and all that, they never can ever produce all the records of where the money came from, especially if you owe taxes. They can never truly legally say that you owe. I'm just going to leave it right there. Yeah. And I got about 7 or 8 1099s. Had it for over like 2 months now for my 2024 year. Hey, file this with your tax return. This information has been reported to the IRS. IRS. You see? No record of, and this is information return. This is like wage. You see that? Wage and income transcript. Nothing there. That's how it's supposed to be. Regardless if you got income or not. It should be nothing there. They're not even going to file it once they know you know. They're not even going to report it. They're not even going to make you liable to file it. Because my quote unquote income does not fall under the tax laws as it was written under the wording of the 16th Amendment. I don't fall under that category. So then people are going to start asking the question, well, shit, then why the fuck they report mine? Check my account. I got 1099s. Why am I reported? Why me? Hold on. I want that too. Why not? Why not? So when you say that, when people, I'm not saying y'all saying that, I'm saying but the general person I would say that, and then when my answer is go back, watch all the old videos, watch it from summertime last year, go back, study, put the P. This is why people don't get remedy. This is why they don't get remedy. They're not going to do the vigorous studying. They're not going to do the vigorous research. They're not going to stay the course, no matter how much smoke screen they throw there. They're not going to stand on shit. All they want is the finished product for a bargain. Any tax liability, I guarantee when I'm done with them, and this definitely is in a controlled manner, because just for the record, income taxes are legal. For the record, they are legal. Who pays income taxes is subject to dependent. It's a case by case situation. And it took a while. I ain't saying I just one little, but it took a lot of me back and forth. But they finally realized that, at least with me, the gig is up. I guarantee you, anybody that say, "Hey, I owe a tax bill," I owe. They say I owe this. I say I owe this. Once I look at it and strip it down, I guarantee you, they can never legally prove that you actually owe. I guarantee you. In 99.2% of the cases, because my position is this, I say, okay. See, here's the thing. You have to know what you got to understand what the IRS, how they do their assessments and collection. You got to know what is the actual legal document that allows them to collect. Then you got to understand how they assess taxes. And then you got to understand all the different forms that they're going to try to use to evidence a valid assessment. And then you strip away the foundation of those forms. Then you go back to the tax laws. Then you go back to the regulation. Then you go back to the congressional records. Then you go back to the policy and procedure. And when it's all said and done, they can't prove that you owe a dime, which means 99.9999999% of the income taxes that they collected were collected based on voluntary assessments in which you did not have the legal obligation to even assess such income was related to the taxes. This is why they leave me the fuck alone now. And this will be 99.99999.2 of the people who has an outstanding tax liability right now. No difference. Because if I owe, let's say I owe taxes. I don't have to send them a remittance written on the Federal Reserve Bank. I don't have to send them a letter explaining why I don't owe. See, that's what they actually want you to do. Damn it. Once I figured out how the internal system goes, that's how I was like, so I know what I'm gonna do. I got stuff for them. All right, I'm gonna do this. I already know they're going to dishonor it. Oh, but I know the internal control. And by me studying their internal accounting and realize nothing is ever dishonored. He just gets you to believe it's never dishonored. Actually, and I hate to admit it, when those remittances went out, they were already, I hate to admit it, because I hate even using the term, because certain sector people use the term, but it was already prepaid.
Understanding the true accounting system of the United States government and their instrumentalities, that shit was already prepaid. And no, not prepaid based on your birth certificate, not prepaid based on any type of sovereign shit. Not that. Practicality is what I'm talking about. And I got the black and white that tells them internally to if they don't reapply it back to the taxpayer's account, it becomes part of revenue receipt for the government, meaning they'll be able to spend it. What they want you to do is they want you to either repay again or just pay the penalty or just let it go so they can keep the actual principal balance. Because what they don't understand is, most people don't understand is, when the Federal Reserve remits that credit to the Treasury within 24 hours, it's irreversible. So when they route it to the account number, which is shown on the remittance, and most people just don't put their social security number, and it comes back no account, it don't really matter because all the Federal Reserve gonna do is just take those treasury bonds, and bam, it's irreversible. They can't reverse it. So they don't want you to have the access to that money. So they'll send those forms out or let you know they removed it. Or now what they do is they'll just remove the payment without sending you any notice. This is why they did it. I'm not saying I'm the only reason, but I believe I contribute. This is why they did it. Because they, well, at least once they realized people could decode the back of those remittances and literally trace those amounts to one of their internal accounts where it actually was just transferred to and not like rejected out the treasury system. Oh man, I will be surprised if anybody gets to 2287 anymore. Matter of fact, them giving you a 2287 is probably the best thing they can do for you in that situation. Facts. But no, people like Elliot is gonna try to tell you, oh, it didn't go through because you didn't change your nationality. Yeah, whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with the nationality. It got everything to do with the IRS internal control system. That's what it had. That's what it had to do with. And that was a complex internal control system. See, the Supreme Elite team, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. We walked that shit down 2 classes ago, didn't we? No volume. It should be volume. No volume. That was loud and clear. Hold on. Plus interest. That's a fact. It should be volume. And before I go, let me just say this last part. I'm going to say this last part. And you sovereigns that's going to be watching from the cloud. Let me clarify something for y'all too. So y'all can stop making asses out of yourselves by not knowing what the hell you're talking about. The United States is a federal corporation under 28 USC section 3002, only in the context of debt collection. And want to know why you don't know this? Because y'all don't read the internal Treasury financial manuals. Y'all don't read none of that shit regarding the bankruptcy and the government. You can learn a lot of shit reading about bankruptcy procedure. Oh, you can learn a lot of shit. But no, y'all want to keep reading propaganda that originated back in the late 80s, early 90s. Yo, they put the new what is it called when you take out the old, the little stuff that's on the side of the house? Look like it's like plastic or metal. Yo, they redid that other house. Y'all, that shit looks amazing. Yo, it took them 2 full days to do that house. 2 full days. Two full days right there. 2 days. It was a totally different color the other day. It took them 2 full days. The one that straight across. It took them 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. They got done 2 days. How you doing, man? I'm doing good, man. They did a hell of a job. They did a hell of a job. Oh, they did it so fast. Yo, you know what's so crazy? I wonder how much money those people make that rents out these containers. See that container right there? Hey. Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, OT double O triple? Yes, sir. I ain't see you, brother. I thought it was just your wife. How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. See that container right there? I been thinking about shit like this. Look at this container right here. I wonder energy efficient home remodeling. So they put the solar panel, they got the solar. I'm not about to go out their house right now because they home. But look at this right here. Like just the shit that they rent. This all the old shit, the old panels. I mean, whatever the shit that's on the side of the house. And they redid it. As y'all can see, the solar panels on top of the house. But look at this shit right. This container right here. Like everybody that needs to put shit in containers to haul it off, when they remodeling the house, I bet you they make big money just by selling those containers. Looks like those college junk boys. They started that shit in college, y'all, by just removing junk. They started in college. They got their first job. Lady paid them $200. Now it's a $200 million franchise. $200 million franchise. Just for like simple shit starting off like that. Oh my gosh, she needs to wash. Oh, this is embarrassing. I don't know if it's the pollen, but every time I wipe her down, I come back out the next morning. It's like, look, every time I wipe her down, look, just every time, like, what the fuck? Every time I wipe her down, look, every time. Every time I wipe her down, look at that shit. So you saying Bryant rent those containers? So I'm talking about the one who owns the containers. That's what I'm talking about. The ones who owns the containers. Every time I wipe her down, there's always some shit. Come back out the next morning, there's always some shit. That's a fucking pet peeve of mine. I hate a dirty vehicle. I don't care what kind of vehicle it is. I hate a dirty vehicle. Ain't nothing would get on. Look, somebody come here and they got a dirty vehicle, I be like, yo, let's go by the car wash right quick, man. I don't give a fuck if you in a hoopty, man. We gonna have that motherfucker looking sparkling. You gonna have the best sparkling hoopty on the block. All right, hold on, man. Let's go by the. Hey, let's stop by the car wash right quick, man. Let's get this shit together. Vacuum all this shit, man. You got crumbs. You got crumbs from last year that fell behind the seat, and you still ain't get together. Nah, we can't do it like that. We definitely can't do it like that. They say it's not the house. They say it's not the house. They say it's the car that really tells about a person's work and whether they lazy or not. Because a house, you're gonna have to clean it up. Like when you got company coming over or you got people coming to fix it, you're gonna be self-conscious about the house look, you know, more times than not. Or some people may on Section 8, so they gotta keep the house good for an inspection. But a vehicle, I mean, you're not really gonna have people in your car like that. So you can just have the occasion, hey, excuse my car's junky. But because you're not going, especially if you by yourself, you ain't gonna have people in your car like that every day. But your house, in some case, you have no choice but to tighten it up. But they say it's a person's vehicle that really says a lot. I don't know how true it is, but I dare sure like to keep what I have clean. I just can't stand a dirty vehicle, man. I can't stand it. Shit out on the floor, shit out on the seat. I don't give a fuck what type of car you got. I don't give a shit about all that. You just at least have it clean. Trust me, I don't give a fuck. Your car always looks better clean. It's always gonna look better clean, regardless. It's always gonna got a nice little wax on it. And I'm about to have Betty away from me, y'all, for like a week, man. I don't like those turns. I'm getting to finally get my system put into it. I brought her last year. I brought the system last year. I didn't get it installed yet. I'm finally getting her installed, man. It's a subwoofer, amp, two subs and an amp. I'm getting the back. I'm converting the back into a little studio thing. Yep. So I'm gonna miss her. They asked me if I wanted to get a new version. I don't like it. I don't like the brand new versions of the GLE 350s. If you really want to be honest with me, they fucked the Benzes up. They fucked them up. They're small. They're not compact on the inside. They got that weird looking back. They just fucked them up. They should have left them big body the way they had them. It just looks goofy as fuck now. It just looks goofy now. I was talking to the workman. He said, yeah, he really hates the new look of the Benz. They just look so ugly now, especially the SUVs. They just look so ugly. They look so stupid. The grill looks stupid. Hell nah, I wouldn't be caught dead in there. No, hell nah. It just looks stupid. The only thing I'll get from there is probably a car one that like a S550 or probably a Maybach or a fucking what's the G wagon? But as far as the SUVs, oh, that's it. Hell no. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. 1 second. All right, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. Family home now. Y'all stay tuned for tomorrow's live. We're gonna get more in depth into it. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna go over a few. We're gonna go over a few, documents that I can put in the public. I'm not gonna put the actual ace in the hole in the public. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because this has nothing about freeing the people. It has nothing about me being the gatekeeper. It has everything to do about. Listen, I don't want to be an NS issue, and I'm not going to be a martyr for anyone. I told y'all that from the beginning, so you don't get mad because I know my position. I'm not the Messiah. I told y'all from day one, I'm not the Messiah. I don't want to be like that saving it. I ain't with none of that shit. So you can't even put that on me right now. But you could join the Supreme Elite team and pay the full $700 price, and you can get all that and more. Or you could reach out for tax services for balances dues, and you can benefit there. This right here, you could benefit from this stuff too. The regulations. Go back over my channel the past years and all the stuff I put out for free. All the stuff I actually put out for free. You didn't have to pay me for it. It's still enough for you to get your just due. Still enough for you to establish a valid foundation. Still enough for you could break through their smoke screens and keep pushing. Oh, they're gonna try you. Let's not make no difference about it. They're gonna try you. With that being said, I want everybody. I'm sorry. Stay blessed. Take time out for you. Me first. That should be the attitude. Me first. Me first. Somebody, you see her? She's out here running. She runs every day after school. See? That girl run every day after school around this time. She runs, she may be in track, I don't know. But she runs every day, 5 days a week. That girl is out here running after school. 5 days a week.
What do we?
Dedication. Dedication. Motivation.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Stay up. Keep pushing. If you need assistance, the new coach will bring you to the finish line. But you got to cross the tape. Well, we'll get you to the finish line. Oh, we'll get you to the finish line. You got to cross the tape. The choice is yours.
Run it up, hey. I'm cooking up dog food. Yeah, she play with the dick with the tosses. Wow. I'm smoking that leaf from Toronto. They watching that waist like a car show. You look like you wanna get shit off your chest. What's up? I thought so. Okay. I'm back in this game, now you sit at the end of the bench. What's up? I thought so. Okay. Yeah, back in this motherfucker like a left something in this bitch. A whole gallon of the white. I'm getting drunker than a bitch. Big straps with the Mac 11s got me putting extendos in the clip. And lay your shit up on the curb. Like you didn't pay your rent. Okay. Got Papa John dope, but no pizza. The dope with his flipping straight O's and the zippers. Right out the Peter Pan. It take a 9 if you open this millistic with you. My BBE label with guys on the table. Fuck your scar to your Dracos. This map make you jump, no Chris Carson is stable. You get scout like potatoes. Shorty saying that I am the one. Who the fuck you think she Billie Jean? She want a nigga, put her on the team. Like a spitting out my kiss, a Listerine. The flow is bucking like it's Greek the Free. But I keep it 44 like Pistol Pete. My really shitting on your biggest dreams. About the floor with you niggas, Mr. Clean. I'm cooking up dog food. She play with the dick with the tosses. I'm smoking that leaf from Toronto. They watching that waist like a car show. You look like you wanna get shit off your chest. What's up? I thought so. Okay. I'm back in this game, now you sit at the end of the bench. What's up? I'm in the projects like I'm packed with a cake. They ask about it, they say missing no place. I know the smells when they pull out them trays. It's nothing edible that sits in the place. Right out of prison, I ain't snitching nobody. You ain't jumping lessons up on the base. I need some water so I can splash in the lake. And I need a rat so I can eat, I'm a snake. My bitch from Louisiana and she Creole with sticking hand. Hopping out like she clear. We ain't missing, ain't no shots at the feet though. The out of time got them thinking it's zero. Stick be as long as a cord extender. You get blown like a cartridge Nintendo. Fuck nigga, wish you all like you nothing. That's because you be playing the middle. I got an issue with the streets, it's breeding snitches. That's why I'm a family guy like Peter Griffin. Heard about Western Road, think I need a Smith. Issue time with his close, I think he a blister. Matters with the clips, I'm pushing T in my sack. You want the smoke, and you'll catch your T at your nap. Alphabet sticks, let the T in the map. Bitch, I'm hotter than few, that's gon' leak out the jet. I'm cooking up dog food. She play with the dick with the tonsils. I'm smoking that leaf from Toronto. They watching our wrist like a car show. You look like you wanna get shit off your chest. I thought so. I'm back in this game, now you sit at the end of the bench. I thought so. Pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man. She wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. Come in. With this street code, I abide by to the letter. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field to play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. I'm only smoking no pressure, I'm digging graves with the shovel. Just like Pac in my nigga bags, you should know Liddy be a rebel. They watch the corner for a stat, watch out. My little nigga be the lookout. You broke that shit embarrassing, like the drunk uncle at the cookout. My 10 down, you got a foot out. I fuck my bitch, never pull out. A bitch drowning my drip flicker, she gon' feel the stain from my wrist. You disrespect on that click, I put the tech on your lips. No handouts, they gon' go get it litty, cut a check for a quick. No pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man, she wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. With this street code, I abide by to the letter. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field to play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. I ain't feeling no pressure, I do this shit in my sleep. I treat the hoes like a dog, want the bitches on a leash. I open up my palm, them tell the niggas come and eat. I got a kiss in my hand, can't tell me I ain't no peace. Let it counting his blessings, know he put me up on this level. My praise is up to the gods, but don't make me turn into a devil. I need to find that screw, cause I know my shit be loose. Went to sleeping on floors, now I'm trapping out of the booth. No pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man, she wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. With this street code, I abide by to the letter. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field to play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. No pressure, nah,